Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Market Insights with Linux, and welcome to this new video and full update on the Circle stock. All right, CRCL. We're going to do a full update, as most of you know, or if you don't know, I'll tell you again. What I like to do is I like to focus and talk about some fundamentals first, so that at least we have a little bit of fundamental context. For us to decide fundamentally, should we go up or should we go down, and then we can still go both directions, of course. But at least that provides us with relevant context and a bit of a direction, or at least a bit of an idea of where we are going. Now, if you watch my last videos, I was slightly bearish on Circle. I have been ever since we broke down below 225, 230. Which I mean, initially we dropped down lower, as you can see, but I aimed for lower than this. I aimed for $150, and if we would not get a strong reaction there, I was aiming for $130 as well. Now, two things. First of all, it seems to me right now that we have actually found some stability a little bit higher. So in that sense, look, that's an indication, a confirmation of stability here, and that buyers and sellers are agreeing that this area right here between 230, let's take it to the upside, and 175 to the downside, that is relevant balance for now. However, I still have that bearish bias, right? I think short term, first of all, it's to be expected that we will remain relatively stable around $200. All right, so short term, I'm not too worried about that, but we should acknowledge, which is to a certain extent that's normal after such a meteoric IPO rise. But we should acknowledge that the momentum is dropping down, right? I mean, volume has been dropping down, and even with volume, we haven't been able to easily reclaim important levels, such as the point of control right here around 200, very, very easily. But then outside of that, this stability right here for Circle, basically since the 24th of June, has also happened while the stock markets were still rallying and making new all-time highs. All right, I mean, since the 26th of June, you can take a look at the S&P 500, but the S&P 500 went up about 2.5%, which is quite a lot. And fundamentally, I'm just not certain that this is the right valuation for Circle, and that is the main fundamental takeaway that I have at this point of time. We can see, if you take a look at the total market cap for USDC, you can see that has risen a lot from November until the end of April, the beginning of May. Since then, it's been relatively flat. We've seen some increases here and there, as you can see in the last month as well, but it's kind of this laddering momentum upwards. And then we've had a little bit more fundamental and headlines type of a little bit more bearish pressure from that, with some analysts downgrading their potential for the Circle stock, which I never really care about. But I read something about Circle making a lot of their revenue from treasury yields, and interest rates of course being cut. Outside of that, I think that there's also more and more competition, and I'm just not certain, or at least I think that Circle is overvalued at these levels. So short term, do I think we can remain stable? Yes. However, I don't see enough momentum, and I don't see strong enough fundamentals to break out. Crypto week in the United States, in my opinion, is also priced in, and I think it's more likely that eventually the fundamentals will push us lower into 150, and then potentially, if we get a weak reaction from 150 back into the low 100s. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know right now regarding Circle. So if you do have any questions, anything, let me know. Also consider subscribing, because I will make more updates on Circle in the months and in the next months and in 2025. And also consider joining our free Telegram group we have, in which I post daily updates, except for the weekend, although sometimes in the weekend as well, but daily updates on the market, and you will see which videos I'm making. And very soon we are also launching a chat associated with that, where you can actually find out or you can actually ask me questions and request analyses, etc. So that's it for now. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.